5 essential vitamins to keep your legs strong in old age. Even at 94. My dear friend, let me ask you something from the heart. Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s or 90s can still walk with steady legs, while others, much younger, struggle just to rise from a chair? I have lived long enough to see both stories unfold. I have watched friends lose their strength, their legs trembling under the weight of time, their freedom slipping away with each unsteady step. And I have also seen men and women in their 90s walking confidently through gardens, climbing stairs, and even dancing slowly with the joy of life still alive in them. What makes the difference? It's not just luck, nor is it only about exercise, though that matters. The secret lies deeper, in the nourishment we give our bodies, in the silent helpers hidden inside food, the vitamins that keep our legs strong and bones unshaken. You see, aging is not the enemy. Time will wrinkle your skin, yes, but it does not have to steal your strength. Your legs, those faithful companions that have carried you through life's journey, can still serve you well into your 90s if you give them the tools they need. And those tools are not mysterious or unreachable. They are the essential vitamins, gifts given by nature and placed in simple foods, in sunlight, and sometimes in the smallest habits we overlook. I am not speaking theory to you. I am speaking as one who has walked this path, who has felt both weakness and renewal, and who has seen how the right nourishment can turn trembling knees into steady pillars once more. So lean in and listen closely, because what I am about to share is not just about health. It's about freedom, dignity, and the joy of standing tall, even at 94. Part 1. Vitamin D, the sunshine that holds you up. When I was a young boy, my grandmother would take my hand in the early morning and lead me out into the yard. She would tilt her face toward the rising sun and say, "Stand here, child. Let the morning light make you strong." At the time, I didn't understand. I thought she simply liked the warmth of the sun on her skin. But now, after nearly a century of living, I know she was passing on a wisdom that science would only confirm many decades later. That wisdom was the power of vitamin D. Vitamin D is not just a nutrient. It is life itself for your bones, your muscles, and your nerves. Without it, your body begins to stumble, your legs ache, your back grows weak, and your risk of falling increases with every passing day. And here's the truth most people overlook. As you age, your body loses the ability to make enough of it. The very skin that once soaked up the sun's gift becomes less efficient. By the time you are 60, and especially in your 70s, 80s, or 90s, your natural vitamin D levels are far too low unless you replenish them. I remember my dear friend Harold. At 75, he began to feel constant heaviness in his legs. He was tired after walking only a short distance. His knees buckled easily, and he carried a fear that one wrong step would send him tumbling. He thought this was simply the price of old age. But when he finally got tested, the doctors found that his vitamin D levels were critically low. His bones were starved of calcium, his muscles lacked coordination, and his nerves were not firing properly. They placed him on supplements, encouraged him to enjoy moderate sunlight, and guided him toward vitamin D-rich foods such as salmon, eggs, and fortified milk. Within months, Harold changed. His steps grew firmer, his balance steadier, and his energy brighter. He told me, with tears in his eyes, "I thought I was preparing for a wheelchair, but now I feel like I've been given back my legs." Vitamin D does more than strengthen bones. It helps your muscles contract properly, ensuring that when your brain says walk, your legs respond with steady obedience. It protects against osteoporosis, lowers the risk of fractures, and even lifts your mood, fighting off the sadness that often shadows the elderly. And perhaps most importantly, it supports your immune system, giving you resilience against illness so your body can focus on staying strong instead of fighting constant battles. This sunshine vitamin truly holds you up. A few minutes in the morning sun, a diet that includes fatty fish, mushrooms, and dairy, and the wisdom to supplement when needed. These small steps can mean the difference between falling in weakness or walking in strength. Do not underestimate it. Your legs depend on it. Part 2. Vitamin B12, the silent nerve protector. If vitamin D is the sunshine that strengthens your bones, then vitamin B12 is the quiet current that keeps your legs alive. You may not see it, you may not think about it, but without it, your body's electrical system begins to fail. And when that happens, your legs will not carry you as they should. Vitamin B12 is essential for your nerves. It creates and protects the myelin sheath, the insulation around your nerves that allows signals to travel smoothly from your brain to your legs. Without B12, it's as if your electrical wires have frayed. The signals spark, misfire, and weaken. That's when you begin to feel the tingling, the numbness, the heaviness in your legs. Many people dismiss these symptoms as just old age, but in truth, they are often the cries of a body starving for B12. I think of Margaret, my neighbor who was in her early 80s when she began to stumble. Her legs felt like lead, her balance wavered, and her memory grew cloudy. She feared she was sliding into dementia. But after a simple blood test, her doctor discovered the culprit: severe vitamin B12 deficiency. Her stomach was no longer absorbing B12 from food the way it once did, a common problem in the elderly. Her doctor gave her regular B12 injections, and she began eating more foods rich in this nutrient: fish, eggs, fortified cereals, and yes, even liver. Slowly, Margaret changed. Her steps steadied, her thoughts cleared, and her laughter returned. She hugged me one day and whispered, "I thought I was losing myself, but I was only losing B12. You see, vitamin B12 is not just about nerves. It also creates red blood cells that carry oxygen to your muscles. Without oxygen, your legs tire quickly, your endurance fades, and even simple walks feel like marathons. B12 deficiency can mimic weakness, clumsiness, and even depression. But when corrected, it restores vitality to both body and spirit. As you age, your stomach produces less acid, making it harder to absorb B12 from food alone. That is why so many elders fall into deficiency without realizing it. The good news is that with awareness, it is easy to restore. Supplements, fortified foods, and in some cases injections, can bring back the spark your nerves are crying for. So let me tell you this truth. If your legs feel heavy, if they tingle or grow numb, if you struggle to walk with steadiness, do not assume it is age alone. It may be your body pleading for B12. And when you give it what it needs, you may find yourself walking lighter, thinking clearer, and living stronger than you thought possible. Part 3. Vitamin C, the healer of tissues. When most people think of vitamin C, they imagine fighting off colds in the winter. They picture oranges, lemon tea, and a boost for the immune system. But what many forget is that vitamin C is far more than a cold vitamin. It is the healer that keeps your legs alive, strong, and able to recover when age tries to wear them down. You see, vitamin C is the foundation of collagen, the protein that holds your body together like mortar between bricks. Without collagen, your muscles weaken, your skin thins, your blood vessels lose strength, and your joints suffer. And because collagen production slows naturally as you grow older, your body depends heavily on vitamin C to keep repairing itself. Without it, the fabric of your body begins to fray. I remember clearly when I had knee surgery in my 70s. The doctor told me recovery would take time, perhaps longer than I wanted to admit. But I decided I would not let weakness dictate my future. Every day, I filled my meals with vitamin C-rich foods: fresh oranges, bell peppers, strawberries, and leafy greens. To the surprise of the doctors, my healing was faster than they expected. One even said, "You've recovered like someone 20 years younger." I smiled, but deep inside, I knew the secret. Vitamin C had been working faithfully in my body, knitting my tissues back together like a skilled craftsman. Vitamin C also strengthens blood vessels. Have you ever noticed how easily some elderly people bruise, or how their legs swell with poor circulation? That is often because the blood vessels are weakening, losing their ability to carry blood smoothly. Vitamin C repairs these vessels, making them flexible and strong again. With healthy circulation, your legs don't feel like heavy bags of sand. They feel alive, light, and ready to move. Another blessing of vitamin C is how it speeds up recovery. If you suffer a fall, if you scrape your knee, or if your muscles ache after walking, vitamin C rushes in like a repair team, closing wounds, calming inflammation, and rebuilding what is broken. Without it, your recovery is slow, your pain lingers, and your risks increase. Do not underestimate this humble vitamin. Whether in the juicy sweetness of a fruit or the crisp freshness of a vegetable, it is life poured into your body. And when it flows through you, it does not only guard you from sickness, it keeps your legs strong, your healing fast, and your steps steady. Part 4. Vitamin K, the guardian of bones. There is a quiet vitamin that too many people overlook, and yet it may be the reason some elders break their hip with a single fall while others remain unshaken. That vitamin is vitamin K. Vitamin K works hand in hand with vitamin D. If vitamin D brings calcium into the body, vitamin K decides where that calcium should go. Without it, calcium may wander into the wrong places, settling in your arteries, clogging your heart, or stiffening your blood vessels. But when vitamin K is present, it takes the calcium and directs it straight into your bones, where it belongs. I once knew a man named George. He was in his late 70s, healthy by most measures, but one day, a simple slip in the kitchen left him with a broken hip. The doctors were puzzled because George had been taking calcium supplements faithfully for years. But the truth was simple. Calcium alone is not enough. Without vitamin K, the calcium had not been properly placed in his bones. His strength was an illusion. His bones were brittle beneath the surface. That is why vitamin K is the guardian of bones. It does not shout for attention like vitamin C or vitamin D, but it works silently, ensuring that your bones are fortified, that your legs stand firm, and that your steps do not betray you. Vitamin K is found in leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens, and in fermented foods like natto, simple foods, yet filled with quiet strength. And when you combine vitamin K with vitamin D, the effect is like handing your bones both the materials and the builder. One brings the bricks, the other places them in perfect order. The strength of your legs depends not only on muscles, but on the bones beneath. If those bones crumble, your legs cannot carry you. But if those bones are guarded by vitamin K, they remain firm, flexible, and resilient, even in the storms of old age. So do not forget this quiet guardian. It may not appear in flashy advertisements, but it may be the very thing that saves you from the tragedy of a fall, the pain of a fracture, or the fear of losing your independence. Nourish your body with it, and you will find yourself standing with confidence when others falter. Part 5. Vitamin E, the protector of muscles. Now, my friend, let me share with you the last of these 5 powerful allies, vitamin E. If vitamin D holds you up, vitamin B12 powers your nerves, vitamin C heals your tissues, and vitamin K guards your bones, then vitamin E is the oil that keeps the whole machine running smoothly. It is the protector of your muscles, the silent defender against the rust of time. You see, inside your body there is a constant battle between growth and decay. Every breath you take brings life, but it also brings something called oxidative stress, the slow rusting of your cells. Over time, this invisible rust can weaken your muscles, stiffen your joints, and drain the energy from your legs. But vitamin E fights back. It is an antioxidant, a warrior that shields your muscles and nerves from this damage. I remember my dear friend Esther, who was in her 80s when she began to suffer from terrible muscle cramps at night. Her legs would lock up in pain, and she would wake up gasping, afraid that she was losing her strength forever. Her doctor suggested she add more vitamin E to her diet, foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and healthy oils. Slowly, her nights changed. The cramps grew weaker, her sleep returned, and she told me one day with tears in her eyes, "I can finally rest. My legs don't torment me anymore." Vitamin E does more than prevent cramps. It keeps your blood flowing smoothly, reducing the risk of clots and improving circulation so your muscles are nourished with oxygen and strength. It protects the very fibers of your muscles from breaking down too quickly. And when your muscles are protected, you can walk farther, stand longer, and live stronger. It may not be as famous as vitamin C or vitamin D, but it is no less important. Without vitamin E, your legs become weary far too soon, your recovery slows, and your strength fades. With it, your body finds resilience. Your steps become lighter, your endurance grows, and your heart feels younger than your years. So do not forget this quiet protector. In every nut, every seed, every drop of healthy oil, there lies a gift for your legs, a gift that can carry you forward with grace, even when the calendar says you should have stopped. Conclusion: standing tall, even at 94. And so, my dear friend, we come to the end of this journey. We have walked together through 5 powerful vitamins: vitamin D, B12, C, K, and E. Each one is like a pillar holding up the temple of your body. Alone, they are strong, but together they create a fortress that protects your legs, your strength, and your freedom. I will not pretend that aging is easy. There are days when I rise from bed and my knees remind me of every year I have carried. There are nights when my back groans, when my body whispers, "You are old." But then I remember, I am still standing, I am still walking, and I am still alive. That to me is a miracle worth protecting. Your legs are not just bones and muscles, they are your freedom. They carry you to the garden to smell the flowers, to the porch to watch the sunset, to the arms of your children and grandchildren. They carry you through the last chapters of your story with dignity and grace, but they will only carry you if you care for them. These 5 vitamins are not luxuries, they are essentials. They are not secrets hidden in some expensive medicine. They are gifts woven into the foods you eat, the sun that warms your skin, the choices you make each day. They are the difference between stumbling in weakness and walking in strength. So I urge you, do not surrender your legs to age without a fight. Step into the sunlight, protect your nerves, heal your tissues, guard your bones, shield your muscles. Give your body what it needs, and it will give you back the gift of movement, freedom, and joy. And remember this: growing old does not mean growing weak. Sometimes it means discovering a strength the young have never known, the strength of wisdom, of resilience, of a spirit that refuses to bow down to time. Even at 94, you can stand tall. Even at 94, you can walk with confidence. Even at 94, your legs can still carry you into life with courage. Take these words with you, not as theory, but as living truth. Feed your body, nourish your legs, and never stop walking forward. Because every step you take, no matter your age, is proof that you are still alive, still strong, and still a child of purpose in this world.